Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce myself. My name is Rika Pramita and from Polytechnic Batam majoring managerial accounting. Thank you for being me give the opportunity to be present this association. Thanks to Mr. Doni Putra Utama who has agreed me to competing for thesis journal for me the present attempt. This association resulted in this title and the effect of emotional intelligence and learning behavior on the level of understanding counting student in Batam State Polytechnic. Currently, the need for accounting in the scope of work is very much needed, especially to overcome the era of globalization. Accounting is the language of business people. It's very easy in the world of work to measure. In the prep of country financial information, in the accounting study program, students will learn about the preparation and checking of financial reports, analyzing financial statements, and tax planning. Based on Swarjona 2005, in a discussion there is evidence of various answers for each subject which show that there is clear evidence that students are not fully truly understand accounting scores. Namely, when tested verbally through the question and answer room and discussion in class, the attitude of students is very passive and cannot answer. This is because there are students who act as just to come, sit, take notes, and listen without thinking. Through this incident, it was stated that there was a lack of understanding in accounting. When people misinterpret accounting, which is a field of study that often use numbers to obtain financial reports. Remember that accounting does not only focus on calculation, but rather on reasoning, which requires logical thinking. The complaint that is most often given to accounting is that accounting is a difficult subject. Understanding accounting is not easy, actually, due to the introduction activities so related to this emotional intelligence is needed. David McClelland's theory of needs. McClelland's convey a theory about the level of need regarding motivation, namely need for achievement, will encourage someone to excel in a situation when the target to be achieved is real and has the opportunity to be obtained, tends to lead to creativity in someone. This drive directs the individual to strive harder for personal accomplishment than for rewards. Need for power. McClellan detailed that someone who has a high tend to have a responsible characters. When associated with education, the need for power will able to create a competitive learning atmosphere. Someone who has a high level of need power tend to behave more assertively. Need for affiliation, the need of the obtain good social relation. In the context of education, this need for affiliation will be realized in the learning process where there is interaction between lecturers and students with students. Individuals reflect the desire to have close, cooperative, and friendly relationship with the other parties. Hypothesis development. Many 2019 research showed that the emotional intelligence has a positive impact major influence on understanding counting, while in research Rokana 2016, research emotional intelligence according to research has a considerable beneficial impact on accounting understanding based on the explanation above. The hypothesis to be a test are H1 emotional intelligence has a positive effect on the level accounting understanding. Many 2009 research shows that the learning behavior has a fairly good impact accounting understanding. According to the data, the findings show that the learning behavior has a significant positive impact on accounting understanding, while Rokana 2016 shows that the learning behavior has a significant positive effect on the level of accounting understanding. Based on the explanation above, the hypotheses to be tested are H2 learning behavior has a positive effect on the level of understanding accounting. Research method used in this study is quantitative method. The independent variable used in this emotional intelligence and learning behavior. The dependent variable used in this study is level of understanding of accounting. The source of data used in this research is primary data. The instrument used in this research is questionnaire. The research questionnaire used 5-point Likert scale. The sample used in this study amount 141 respondents. The technique used is non-probability sampling with the type of purposive sampling. Samples were taken in accordance with the criteria used in the study. This location on Batam State Polytechnic. The data analysis technique uses multiple regression analysis using SPSS 25 software. Descriptive statistical analysis will be used in this study. This classical assumption tests that used in this study are multicollinearity and heteroscedasticity tests. The regression equation in this study is follows. Next, the population data used in this study are active student of Polytechnic Negeri Batam. The criteria is student majoring in business management from the D3 accounting study program batch 2019 Polytechnic Negeri Batam and D4 managerial accounting class 2018 because students in this batch have gone through a long learning process and are now working on their final project, which is almost complete. Have taken the course Introduction to Accounting 1, Introduction to Accounting 2, Accounting Information System, and Edge. The sample was chosen because the research believes that these have benefit the most from accounting instruction and can offer feedback so that they can create competent accountants. Descriptive statistical analysis based as the monitoring document statistic. The student study that the subsequent is a descriptive statistical table for the independent variables and dependent variables. So it can be interpreted that the emotional intelligence of student majoring in business management from the D3 accounting student program class 2019 and D4 manager accounting class 2018 Batam State Polytechnic has a good category. Classic assumption. Based on the result of the normality test, it can be said that hypothesis is accepted. Namely, the data in this study is normally distributed because the significance is shown at 0.200 more than equal to 0.05. It can be seen that from the normality test that has been carried, the SM psych value is obtained to tell off to 0.200. This value is greater than the predetermined significance value of 0.05. It can be concluded that the regression equation for the dependent variable and the independent variable has a normal distribution. Classic assumption test, it is stated that there is no multicollinearity symptom in all independent variables of this study because the variance inflection factor of each of these variables is less than 10. Heteroscedasticity test, this indicates that the data doesn't experience heteroscedasticity problems. It can be seen that the regression equation is as follows. It is said to be significant if less than 0.05, emotional intelligence more than 0.05, learning behavior more than 0.05. It is said to be a positive if T count more than T table, emotional intelligence 7.138 more than 1.977, learning behavior 9.093 more than 1.977. Previously, this study had tested the classical assumption test, normality test, heteroscedasticity test, and multicollinearity test. The result of these tests are normal or free from problems. Testing research hypothesis using multiple regression analysis that is processed through the application of statistics SPSS 25. The author has done testing with SPSS that are attached on the following table. Based on the result of the multiple linear regression test in table, it can be seen that the value of the coefficient constant is 2.831. The coefficient constant is positive. It can be seen that the value on the regression coefficient of the learning behavior variable is 0 to 0. It can be interpreted that the coefficient is positive and indirectional, and if the emotional intelligence and learning behavior variable increase by 1 unit, the level of accounting understanding will increase with the assumption that the coefficient of the other independent variable are constant or 0. Based on the table above, it can be seen that the coefficient of determination in this study is 0.532. The variation of the independent variables in this study can explain the factors that influence the level of counting understanding 53.2%. As for the other 46.8%, not explained in the study. It is influenced by other variables outside the variable study. Conclusion. Based on the consequence of the study conduct, this study aims to examine the effect of emotional intelligence and learning behavior. The results of this study indicate that emotional intelligence and learning behavior have a significant positive effect on the level of accounting understanding. This study has several weaknesses, including the limited number of respondents to Batam State Polytechnic students and only students including D3 and D4 accounting students. Future research is expected to examine other factors that affect the level of accounting understanding, which have not been fulfilled in the study. The object research should be extended to be a general public with various level of education so that the verity and validity of research result will be better. Okay, that's all about my presentation. I'm Rika Pramita. Want to say thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.